So today we're gonna show you some dirty boxing techniques, simple applications for the street, so you can take your kickboxing or your boxing to the next level using the knowledge of the Filipino martial arts. So, what is the most common way that somebody can attack you on the streets? Two straight punches. Most people, that's what they're gonna do. So, if you learn to defend yourself against that, you will probably deal with one scenario that occurs a lot of times. So, when somebody is committed to attacking you, let's say with 1-2, here is one option of what you can do. There is obviously many options that you have. In order to do something when somebody attacks you on the street, it's not like you're not gonna know what's happening. But if you've trained your reflexes and it's ingrained in your subconscious, what you need to do will happen. It may not be exactly like that, but you need to train specific sequences in order to develop the reflexes and the muscle memory that just happens instantaneously when you need it. So you fire the first punch with your left arm, the opposite from what he's using. He's using his right arm here, so I'm using the opposite one. And then I don't need to use my other arm yet, so when the other punch comes, it's faster to use the hand that's already positioned here, that's protecting you. And you use the salute block, which looks like this. So when the second punch comes, you just hide behind your elbow and you use your elbow to defend yourself against the second punch. And from here, you want to grab and use an uppercut, and this can also be an arm break together with the uppercut. Now, that's dependent on whether or not you manage to grab the arm. It's entirely dependent on your timing. If your timing ain't right, or if you pull the second punch fast, you're not going to be able to grab the arm. But the thing is, usually the second punch that comes your way is the strongest one. So they are going to be probably more committed to the second punch. They're not going to pull it back, right?
Yeah.
Is that true most of the time?
Well, if you want to go through, you just got to go hard. Like, there's no point in doing it just fast, isn't
Yeah. So when the second punch, let's say the first and the second one, it doesn't matter if you manage to grab it. If you manage to grab, it's better because that gives you a very good way to continue like I did before. So from here, you punch him in the face, he's like dizzy, doesn't know what's going on, and then you pull that right hand back towards your body to grab the inside of the elbow with your middle finger. Now, it's so many details, but you don't have to think so complicated. You just pull back and grab, okay? And then you pull him towards you to break his balance and disorient him even more. And that's what happens, and when you pull, your elbow goes out using a salute block again, which is also an attack with the elbow. So you pull him back, you break his balance, and he falls straight on your elbow. Now from here, you just step in with your left leg, and you break his balance again. And from here, there is a million ways you can finish it. You can punch him with the right hand, you can elbow him, you can kick him. You can finish as you want, but he's gonna already be finished most likely. I mean, the most useful part of this sequence is this. And from there, everything that happens is just extra sauce to work more angles on your technique. Alright, so what's another way to deal with two straight punches? If you think about the first way, where you first parry the first hand and then you use the salute block, you can just use two parries. You don't need to use a different block. So with just one block, just with your palm, you can not block precisely, but actually deflect his attacks from landing on you. So the first punch comes in, and then the second one comes in, and you do the same thing. You just parry again, and then you want to open him up here. That's a tricky part, because if you don't manage to do this fast, it's gonna just pull back and close, or use the other arm again. So you wanna do this fast, like that. All right? So again, timing is very important, because everything that you do is dependent on whether or not you can execute the technique at the right time before he uses another attack. So from here, after you've done the first two, that's a hit actually, it's not just a grab to the neck. You can hit him and then grab. And from here, you wanna disengage this right arm, put him behind his back, behind his neck, and then just knee him in the balls. There is no reason to kick him in the body when you can hit a softer area. And it's allowed. There are no rules in the street, so why not? Now let's say that you reach that point and then you try now, knee him and he blocks. What you can do here, when he blocks you, is just expand your leg and you're probably gonna reach his balls. Because with all that force, it's very hard to block it. It might be blocked, but think about that. He's gonna already get easy from this hit and from this, because this is also a hit. When you grab him, you don't just wanna hug him. This is like a hit to the neck. And then you knee. So it's two hits already. One to the face, one to the back of the neck, and you're like, damn. You don't know what's going on when you've been hit 2 times already. So that's the second way of dealing with 2 straight punches, just by using your hands to parry. Similarly, you can take the second block from the first sequence, which is the salute block, and you can use it like that for the 2 punches, 1, 2, and then continue with the first sequence. Or you can use salute again, and then rake the arm here. Or salute, so just using your elbows all the time. So these are different ways you can play in order to develop muscle memory from different angles, different perspectives. And the more you put these together in different combinations, the more proficient you become using the simple things.